All right. It's
All right,
the
let's get it.
Miscellaneous Podcast.
I am Locutus aboard. You are bored.
Your hosts, Polly
I understand there's something urgent you wish to discuss with me.
and Chappie.
I hear they drummed you out of the continuum.
We also have KRL.
It is a beard, Geordie. A fine, full, dignified beard.
We
Shopping though.
What? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We have the funny
go ahead.
gents
Smooth as an android's bottom, eh, Data?
from Frazzlecast. Everything World of Warcraft, we have Frazzly.
Frankly, I was rather dismayed by your use of the term half-breed.
Dude, are you so
I think Mickey Mouse is in the room.
I'm Hellboy. I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm here to kill you.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, I'm gonna talk about some wow.
Mickey.
Wow.
With a title that says it all.
After all, number one, we're only mortal.
Speak for yourself, sir. I plan to live forever.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's a
Mickey's Italian?
Mario.
Mickey's Italian now? Yo, I can see that. Mickey's Italian.
Say hello to my little friend.
It's like trying to become a made man and shit. By the Godfather possum. Like,
Mom, you try to steal my IP?
it's about some epic Mickey. Get the fuck out of here. More like Mickey Mafia.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna sue you for copyright claims.
Wait, did we say Mario was trying to get to become a made man or Mickey?
Fucking Mickey Mouse, bro.
I'm married to Mario.
You walk in, like, Mickey Mouse walks in, sees this big ass Godfather possum eating fucking spaghetti and shit.
When I'm doing a miscellaneous podcast, I love Nitro Herbal Energy Drink infused with 3 herbs and 2 vitamins to give you the best quality energy drink your body can handle. To order, call 314-485-9294.
Has anybody seen the fucking man bun weave?
The
Going
what?
around like,
The
it's like
man bun wig?
Yeah, I'm calling it the weave. It goes like they get a little ponytail, and they put it on the ponytail. It like ups this guy's fucking like ego. He like puts it on, and he's like, ladies.
Is that it?
It's the stupidest fucking thing in the world.
It looks like a samurai.
I think it's landed some guys and some girls' vaginas, though. So if it works out, then, you know, you can't knock them for it.
Only $15.34 on Newegg.
Shane, I've been telling Shane the whole.
I don't know who Shane is.
I don't know
Okay.
who Shane is.
So, we are talking space, the final frontier.
He's in an
Did you guys hear?
I'm gonna cut that one off of you.
So
Oh my God.
There we go. She's back in the shadow realm. All right,
Thank
so
you.
Star Trek apparently is coming back again. The Next Generation.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Patrick Stewart. Did you hear that?
Fuck yeah.
That's the one where Jar Jar Binks goes to Darth Vader.
I'll be right back. About to go kill Frazzly.
So yeah, Patrick Stewart is now.
Hey, hear me ask my question.
Damn,
Where
I
the
should get
fuck,
out the
Josh?
shadow realm.
Josh is still dealing with the move and starting with his new job in Dallas.
The fuck I missed
Yeah, we all miss him. Okay.
this.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I
sound like you
texted
missed
him.
the phone.
He was on the show like, 3 shows ago via phone, but yeah, it's all good.
All good.
But yeah,
Like I am.
so
God.
All right, the card in my hand will conquer the darkness that now surrounds your heart.
Yugi,
And this
can you
is
tell
a
me
nice
to do?
way.
Can you tell me to send her somewhere?
Paulie,
Yeah.
release this
Dark Paladin attack!
into the shadow
Oh,
realm.
jeez! What the hell?
What
Banish
the fuck did
Ino Contanas.
you just say?
That's
I play the card.
You're finished!
All right. So, yeah, Patrick Stewart's going to be in the next Star Trek Next Generation, apparently. And what does everybody think about that?
I, KRL of the STL, am excited beyond belief.
Okay.
Chappie, what do you think about that? Dead silence.
Yeah, that's right. I played the car enemy controller. She can't speak for 3 turns.
Frasley, are you a Star Trek fan at all?
I am. I need to watch more. I admit that, but I appreciate Star Trek, and I've enjoyed all Star Trek. I've enjoyed all Star Trek that I've seen.
Smart. I mean, yes. I'm mostly excited about it because the Last Generation, the Next Generation, TNG, sorry about that, is probably my most favorite Star Trek of all the series that I've watched. And that one was like from start. I watched that show from start to finish and literally could not put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Just the things that show explores, the themes, and like a lot of stuff that we talk about today are explored in Star Trek. And oh my God, it's just such a beautiful show. So written. It's written so well. Every character is amazing. Every character.
Well, we had if you look back on previous episodes, you'll see we did a Star Trek versus Star Wars debate. And
what won that?
I want to revisit it for 2 reasons. One, because I need better debaters because they kind of agreed with each other, so it kind of fizzled out the show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then secondly is I want more sounders.
Hey, I mean, like who was involved with said debate?
Huh?
Like previous hosts. I said who was involved with said debate.
Oh, I thought you I thought you said sand to bang. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
That sounds like a technique.
Listen to the show, you'll see it. We had a guy who was an extremely Boba Fett fanatic, and we had another person, Rudder, who is known on the show. So yeah, but
cool.
It's a good show either way. It's just I wanted more like fighting and but it just didn't go that way.
Oh my God, I know exactly how to do that.
What's up, man?
One of the coolest experiences I ever had with Star Trek was I was 9, and my sister, who's a huge Star Trek Trekkie, took me to the Star Trek experience in Las Vegas. This is the best thing I've ever seen. It's no longer there, but like you go through this maze of all these things from Star Trek. Then you're getting on this ride. You think, okay, it's just like one of those moving car rides. All of a sudden, the lights go down, and you're on the teleportation bridge on the Enterprise. And they walk you into the main bridge. Again, I'm sorry about some of the terminology. I need to get more invested in Star Trek, so please don't kill me on that. But it was so cool. Like, you see different people walking around. You see, like, the main chair they see.
Oh, shit.
And then they take you down an elevator, and then you fly on a ride. But it was just so immersive. And then like you could visit locations and sets after you were all done. But it was the best, most immersive experience I've ever seen because they never let down the fact that you were on the Star Trek. So you felt like you were on the show.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, just sharpening my knife. All right. That sounds beautiful.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm scared. So if I'm no longer found after today, you know where to look.
Yeah. We did Star Trek conventions. I got to meet Leonard Nimoy, William Shatner.
Oh my God, for real?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We got to meet Scotty, James Doohan. We got to meet Uhura. It was all good times. And
Mark Hamill?
Cupcake is also saying that, she was a huge fan of Star Trek too. She watched all the episodes and spin-offs. My favorite was 7 of 9. Yeah.
Oh, and Carrie Fisher was a great actress in that.
Yeah.
In Star Wars?
In Star Trek.
What the? When was she? Huh?
I'm sorry.
No. Christy Alley.
I'm calling in an airstrike.
Yeah. Wrath of Khan.
I want you to be you.
You can deny all the things I've seen, all the things I've discovered, but not for much longer. Because too many others know what's happening out there. And no one No government agency has jurisdiction over the truth.
In light of that Star Trek stuff that might be happening, and then I'm really excited for, let's talk about space and UFOs. What do you think?
Right.
All right, what do you want to hear about first, space or UFO?
Let's go with space.
All right. I wanted to say something cool like, okay, judges, or let's spin the wheel. I don't know, but yeah, let's go with space. So these all came from Cocktail Joe. These are his Recommentals.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you go?
He goes,
Cocktail Joe. No, I was saying, where'd you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you go from Cocktail Joe? It's a slow down version.
It's for people in their 80s who can't dance as well. No, actually, no. I know people in their 80s who can dance amazingly well and fast.
Because they can dance if they want to. They can leave their friends behind. Because if they don't dance,
they're no friend of mine.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, so he gave us 3 Recommentals, and 2 of them we're going to use. The third one was just some town vanishing in South America. Not that that's not important. It's just it didn't really go with the theme of space. So, do you guys remember a couple years ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, there was a satellite that orbited Saturn and blew up into atmosphere. What was it? It went from... Do you guys know what I'm talking about at all?
No.
Okay, so...
Vaguely.
What it is there was a satellite called Cassini, and it was in space for 20 years. And for 3 of those years, it was orbiting Saturn, taking the studies and the pictures and everything like that.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But only when it was ending its life cycle and destroying itself into Saturn's atmosphere did they catch the most mysterious thing. They heard singing, is what they said it sounded like.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie.
Dude, I would die. It would be like, wait a minute, they ain't caught up to the rest of the DDR songs? Shit.
Yeah, it's breaking in. Like, what do you hear that? Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I'd actually be angry. I'd be in the spaceship going, there are better songs, people. It would fuck around.
What if it was like Tom Jones? It's not unusual to be loved by anybody.
You'd probably be pissed off because it wasn't Tom Waits. Or you get up there, you get Rick-rolled. You get Rick-rolled.
It's like, never gonna give you up.
You'd be so pissed. You'd be like, God damn it, I thought I'd be hearing like God's voice or something.
Yeah,
welcome to Saturn.
Get me more CDs.
It's blowing down. Like, we try to make me go to rehab. I said no.
No. That'll be hype.
So they caught this. What are you doing?
Loading the plutonium into this damn missile because Frasley pissed me off.
It's always it's like our gimmick now for KRL. It always has to be an open mic where he's either breathing heavy or making something.
Well, the nasal spray actually worked out really nicely.
Oh, great!
Because I wasn't sleeping properly, so that's why I like breathing heavy and shit. Because I don't get a lot of oxygen. But yeah,
I'm glad it all worked out.
Plutonium, it's gonna take me a minute.
We haven't really heard from Funny Gent. Are you talking? Because I can't hear you, buddy.
I think he's out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, it burns up above the. Okay, so 20-year mission. So as it was burning up, it caught this weird music it was playing, and it sounded like it was coming from Saturn to a moon. So they did more studying, and they found out. Well, Saturn has a couple moons around it. One of the moons is, and they're all very different. The moons are. Now, one of the moons is frozen. And every once in a while, or every so many whatever, it shoots out these huge geysers of frozen water into space. Now,
that's tight.
Yeah. Now, Saturn has a weird gravitational field around it. And what had happened is that this moon is in a weird kind of flow with it. So, it shoots the geysers directly at Saturn. So... makes a weird noise, music-like, if you will, as it shoots these geysers of frozen water at Saturn. And then as it gets into Saturn's atmosphere, the sound bounces off and echoes back to the moon. So that's what you were hearing, or whatever. That's the theory. And it's awesome. You can look up the sounds that Saturn makes.
That's actually cool because we're taught that sound doesn't produce in space.
Yeah, but this is plasma vibrations that...
Right, which makes that Star Wars movie so bad. Makes that movie so terrible. Yes, I am talking about The Last Jedi. That movie was fucking terrible. I don't care.
I liked The Last Jedi.
You can like it, but it still be a terrible movie.
Well, not all of them are going to be winners. I mean, there's 9,000 of them now, and they're still coming out with more?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of extra stuff that was part of that movie. Like, the very specific thing that we're talking about now, like the sound in space. Like, I know that's like a staple of Star Wars, where they have those whenever you see a space battle, you hear the little TIE fighters making the shooting noises and all of that. Mm-hmm. But the way that the show, I mean the movie has progressed, and you see them trying to shoot down the rebel starship or whatever that what's her name? What's her name? Carrie Fisher's character and her team are trying to get away from the First Order, and they're just shooting those torpedoes, and they're falling down. Mm-hmm. A lot of people criticize the physics and all of that BS of the movie and stuff. So,
mm-hmm.
And hearing all of this stuff now,
Star Wars sucks.
You would think that they would employ a lot more science into their fictional world.
Well, that's the thing about one of the debates is that Star Trek has more factual base-ish things.
Fuck yeah, it does.
And Star Wars is
Riker
more of a fantasy story.
Yeah, it's more it's pretty much the Knights of the Round Table in space.
Yes, when we are able.
Cupcake goes pew 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 pew.
Exactly.
So you have this awesome noise, and there is noise in space. They've caught other sounds in space when astronauts first went up there and they went around the other side of the moon or whatever, and it was dark, and they said they started hearing music and it freaked them out. And I'm like, I can get that, yeah.
That'd be hype as fuck. They hear the dopest rave. Those dope rave is right there in space.
And then all of a sudden they're like, everybody,
the system is down. The system is down.
There's glow sticks floating in space.
Glow sticks and lasers.
Glow sticks and drugs.
You made me spill my coffee.
Glow sticks and drugs.
See how the is just floating by.
I'm also got this ecstasy for you. What's it called, boy? I got that Jar Jar Binks. You can get to it right now.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, have we seen the surface of Saturn? Because I saw a picture from Mars on the surface, and it is incredible what it looks like.
Yeah, there's a picture of Venus that the probe got to take a picture of before it melted. And that looks really cool.
These are some amazing planets.
Yeah. And I love how technology...
Hey, hold on. Hey, funny gent. You hear the white people talking about these planets look nice. Tell them to keep their hands up off of it.
Don't touch them.
What the hell?
Fuck your manifest destiny.
Do not touch them.
Do not touch them.
Oh, Lord.
Remember what happened last time? Y'all saw the New World?
So, here's a fun fact from Cupcake. Star Trek was released to boost NASA funding and popularity with the people. There you go.
Point taken. Good job.
So, so space, everything, technology, everything's changing, everything's doing... I love it. So, this pulls us into the next thing. The Tic Tac Incident. You guys ever heard of this?
We'll play tic-tac-toe.
So it's a UFO incident that actually happened in 2004. And they released all the information in 2015 or whatever it was when all that stuff got declassified. But it was really just kind of messed up. So off the Pacific near California area, like Southern California. They were doing maneuvers or whatever. Weird reason Roman Empire. What?
Special maneuvers.
What is this?
Like trying to get Chappie out the list.
And this was the first result in Google, so that's why I picked the source.
So yeah, so there was this. They were doing maneuvers or whatever. So I'm gonna give a quick synopsis, and then I want to get into you guys' take on UFOs in real life right now. So back in 2004, they were off the coast. They have video of this. They have pictures. They have ships and planes that saw all this happen, where an area of the water started bubbling and foaming up, and this thing that looks like a Tic Tac, but the size of an airplane, comes up from the water and then takes off. And they call it the Tic Tac UFO Incident. It happened in 2004, and it was finally declassified and all this other stuff. Or it happened twice or something like that. You can look it all up. But my thing about this is, what do you guys think about UFOs? Are they real? Are they fake? Now with all this declassified shit.
I have a theory, but I'm gonna wait till everybody else gets done.
Well, let's go down the road here real quick. Let's start with the funny gent because we haven't heard him yet.
Okay, here's my take on it. Why are we not the only? Like, why haven't we started making our ships circular? Like, all our ships look like airplanes and rockets.
They all look like
UFOs are all circular. Yeah, like, who's the gay person designing these?
No, these are based on our technology that we have today, which is
like
bullshit.
Why haven't we perfected the circular?
Because it's alien. It's not us.
Clearly, it flies faster that no one sees it, but like 6 people.
Yeah.
In the same town.
People.
That's something we should research. But I believe in them. You ever watched the fourth time?
Counterpoint here, because like Frasley, do you want to get into this conversation or?
Yes. So UFOs.
Mechanics.
Yeah, I wanted to wait till everybody got done.
I know, but we can talk about everybody else's stuff too. We don't have to like be all quiet. Everyone gets a turn.
Well, I mean, because we end up talking over each other.
Yeah, we're fine.
Go for it,
Frank. Talk show is.
I absolutely do believe in UFOs. I mean, we can't say that they're aliens, but I think there are things, and I think there are things we don't know. I mean, when you had that one speaker on a couple of weeks back, or even not a couple of months back, there are things we just don't know out there, and things.
You're talking about Dr. Stephen Lynch.
Yeah, and I think there are things that the media doesn't want to tell us. I'm not trying to get like all Alex Jones Infowars, and I'm not like that. But I'm saying, but there are things that
edit that shit out. I don't want that idiot getting fucking publicity.
What? I like Alex Jones.
Stupid.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I think there are things that we're intentionally not being told because we either can't handle it, and I think that UFOs. And I'll end on what was the astronaut cooking in his skillet? An unidentified flying object.
You took my idea. I was going to end with a question too.
Okay, good.
That's pretty dope. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now you know we can hear you.
Whatever, bro. So like, my thing is, it's kind of like what Frasley said. I don't think they're aliens per se. I think they're creatures that were already here, and they've just found a way to exist outside of the of our senses and perceptions. And I think they've watched us evolve and figured out which senses we use to what we think is reality, and they found a way to live outside of that. I think we've been probed already. I also think that sleep paralysis actually tells us things of like UFOs who have previously probed into us and have activated a certain code to get information out of us when it comes to like. So like, I just feel like there's a lot of things that we can't know and we probably won't know until it's too late.
Chips?
Almost choked on a jelly bean.
Well, I love all you guys' ideas. I love them all. Were you still going on? Because I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I take a lot of what like, do you believe in aliens, ghosts, and stuff like that? I think of it as something that H.P. Lovecraft said, that like the human mind is just not able to correlate the world and all of its contents, and that there have been things here, living here, that have been that are dead or still living, and we just can't quantify them because of our senses.
Well, and we have an amazing ability to rationalize things. I mean, if you look at...
Hold up, right there. Certain people... Go ahead, cognitive dissonance. Go
Okay, yeah, there's a handful of people we all know in real life that...
Christians. No, just go ahead.
Whoa! What the fuck? We're not getting that here. No.
Deep state. No, just play it.
Take
Go ahead.
your
Go ahead.
shitty fucking stuff out.
There was a baby born with like 5 heads. I saw it on the news. It's true.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Whatever.
I don't know. He was going off about Christians and babies with 9 heads.
Well,
Look,
he said we have the innate ability to rationalize.
Yes.
Go for that.
Yes.
A lot of people do.
We digress. Yeah.
There's a reason fake news was fake news, because I mean, there's a reason we have to have Snopes to discount things, because it's like people will believe anything if they really want to. Not everyone,
yeah.
but a lot of people.
That's true. A lot of people will.
Fuck yeah.
About 75% of the world.
Growing up, I watched X-Files and was big into shows like Sighting, X-Files, all that good stuff. You know, when I was a kid, what is it? That Christopher Walken movie with Alien. Then you had Counters of the First Kind. All those so growing up, you always had that. But one of the branches off of this conversation is this: technology. If you look online, we have tons of videos now with Twitch and Snappy Chat and all those other things catching ghosts. So my thing is this: with all the cell phones out there, with all the cameras everywhere now, how come we're not seeing more of these UFOs, even though stories make it sound like they're everywhere? How come we're not seeing all this other stuff? Which I think eventually in the future, we're going to catch more if it's real.
Yeah, they're just going to keep trying to hide it, though.
Because it's going to be harder and harder to hide it with all the millions of people on the earth with cell phones, you know?
Yeah, I don't even see why they're trying to hide it now anyway. I mean, it ain't like we're going to go out and try to catch them.
Geez, Steve Harvey's divorce cost him $4 million.
Missing information rather than information we have yet. Like, I mean, there are the way that the rate of exchange of information exists. The way that it exists now is ridiculously fast from when it used to be, and
tonight we're catching aliens.
It's like we have to find out like where to necessarily get the information that we want. Like, because the government, you know, as we know, we got the stuff like the Majestic 12, the whole Roswell incident. There are certain frequencies on the on radio bands that we that supposedly pick up other planets frequencies and stuff, but these have all been programmed to work with our senses. So it goes back to the scary thought is that something that exists outside of that barrier that we can't quantify with any type of technology. There's a story called From Beyond where a scientist presses a button and where everybody in the room is all of a sudden able to see ultraviolet rays and other things on that spectrum. But as soon as he turns that on, a bunch of creatures are floating around the air and they have no idea what the fuck they are. They're able to interact with us, but we're not able to touch them, feel them, or anything except see them. And they were able to kill everybody in the room. It was fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
Did anybody see the movie Annihilation this year?
No.
That was about an alien that came to Earth and started playing around with the DNA of all the affected animals in that area, where like people were looking at their hands and saw that their fingerprints were literally moving. And just subtle stuff, but it was able to make everybody go insane just from looking at it. That movie was fucking amazing because the alien didn't adhere to any of the
well, I'm like talking about more like real life scenarios, not too much make believe, because movies and
it's
everything
all make believe
get
though.
there.
Like in order for us to make some sort of like real life, true to life sort of speculation like you want, it's gonna have some fantasy because when you're talking about an alien, we can't apply real world like applications to them all the time. Like if an alien would have straight up invade us, since we already like have made a whole bunch of scenarios where they need us for resources, they need us for this, that, and the other. What if the alien is here for something we cannot fathom?
Oh, yeah. And that's the reality of it. That's probably what's going to happen.
Right. Like, that's what I'm talking about, that movie. Because in that movie, the alien wasn't here for our resources, wasn't here to feed, wasn't here to reproduce or anything. It was literally here, and it had no idea what it was doing. It just was here. It's like, well, are you here to kill us? And it's like, I don't know. It's like, so what are you? I don't know.
That would be,
and
realistically, if they could talk and everything, they'd be like, you guys here to kill us? I don't know. You gotta grab some other stuff.
Well, I mean, like, it was just learning. It was learning everything. It was like mimicking everything that Natalie Portman was doing.
To like Predator.
But then it took I would say, what movie was that? Mimic? Like it was just learning everything that she was doing, and then it assumed her personality, but only up until a point where her memories stopped, where she didn't have any other memories to recollect except for the last 72 hours. So that alien can only recount the last 72 hours. Anything before that, the alien had no idea.
Well, to sum up,
sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I wanted just to go on the whole thing about I like space. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars. I love X-Files. I love all that great things. And then the reality is something different from fantasy. No matter what, in my opinion. When I look on UFO stuff on YouTube or just the internet, surfing the internet, and here's the thing I don't like. It's always grainy. It's always too far away. You know, you're just kind of, okay.
It's always right out of our reach.
So that really gets me. Because with this new technology all over the place, really, we can't get closer pictures. There was only one good picture I saw where you could see in the cockpit or something, you see movement. And that looked cool. But it was still grainy as hell. So, yeah.
Damn.
Bigfoot. Done and done.
Man.
Testing 1, 2. I'm back. Okay.
Yay, he's back.
No, I don't know what's going on with
But I love Doctor Who's theory on tons of this stuff, too, where he's like, you got to look at it from all angles because it could be this or that or whatever. So,
Right, like, you remember there was a Doctor Who episode where they found, like, some sort of alien on a plane, and all it was doing was mimicking everybody. But what it was doing was actually learning the language and stuff, and there was just that one Doctor Who episode I've seen. I really haven't gotten into it.
Yeah, I like Doctor Who.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So, real quick, what we're talking about, everybody, if you, all the listeners out there, we have a phone number you guys can call in. You can send messages to us. You can even just leave us a voicemail. And tell us what you think about this topic we've been talking about today with space and all that good jazz. So
was that it?
That number is 314-403-0151. I just wanted to get that out there.
Send
So
send us everything. Ask us questions.
Yeah.
No, but do y'all remember the movie Signs and the Fourth Kind?
Yeah.
Those are the two scariest movies I ever saw with aliens.
You think Signs was a scary one?
I was younger when it came out, so yes.
I mean, it's cool and all. It's just that, I mean, if it was in Europe, the aliens would already be dead because it's always raining in fucking England.
They don't get that.
What are you doing? Presley's calling me. What is that all about, dude?
Huh? What'd you say?
Crazy.
Hey, what happened?
You started calling me from some weird number, dude.
The deep state number.
Oh, here's some good Star Trek pictures. Here you go. But keep going, guys. Yeah.
Or like,
yeah.
We always think about aliens coming from another planet, coming here, and then just straight up taking us over, no problem, no whatever whatsoever. And they have all this amazing technology that we can't get through. But as soon as they step foot in our atmosphere and they catch HIV, you're like, what the fuck?
Then they mad at us.
Yeah, that's what I love about War of the Worlds. The reality of our viruses and how we survived.
Right, it's like they opened up Internet Explorer and just the computer just crashed.
They tried to get on LimeWire.
Why is y'all internet so damn shitty?
If you're looking in Discord, you're gonna see all the things we're posting. I love them.
Now, did you check out the LA Times article? Because that is really fascinating. So a lot of our beaches are made of sand from ancient civilizations. They're finding out that they were looking at the competition and they thought a lot of the sand was relatively new, but then you dig deep enough and you find out that it is actually from different places, and there's a list of all the different civilizations at the link.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey,
let's take a look here.
See that
quick.
shit.
Let's take a look. Oh God, there's still more. So
get
earlier,
the fuck
I
outta
spit
here.
up coffee on my.
Get the fuck out of here! Where's that?
Oh, dude!
We got Rickroll. That goddamn airstrike. Well, fuck you too.
Nice, Presley.
I mean, people can believe a lot of things.
I was all believing that too. I'm like, oh my God, really? I want to know where. And then there's KRL eating.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
I'm crunching up some Newtonium chips.
Nice. So,
okay,
in the
Kayla
end,
just got home.
I love space. I love the stuff that's going to happen. I'm excited to see what the future is going to hold. And
hey, baby,
keep your Hanukkah this year, everyone.
Gross.
Hanukkah.
Discord.
Y'all play too much.
Oh, we play too much? Get the fuck out of here. You just said, yo, science, bro. Let there be a normal summer over here. And they'd be like, yo, we killed the human race. What's this water shit coming out of the air? Oh, no. Oh, no. Then the humans come back up like, ha, 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 join us.
We all float down here.
And we all float down here. Hey, do you mind if I do a Night Vale proverb?
Sure.
Episode 6, The Drawbridge. Lost, confused, lacking direction, need to find purpose in life. That's it. That's literally it.
Like it catches it in its lips, exit. Nice.
The Frazzly Report is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. A short news report every Friday by the Awesome Gnome. You can find us at frazzlyreport.com.
What's up, y'all? This is Lavender from Lavender's Corner. If you like Twitch TV, check out Twitch TV/Navarre Impossible.
If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to the Miscellaneous Podcast. You can find this podcast on almost all podcast platforms and on YouTube. To contact the show, send your emails to miscellaneouspodcast17@gmail.com. You will also find us on Twitter at PJ Miscellaneous, and you'll find them on Facebook at Facebook/MISC Podcast.
Can't believe you're making me do this, Marv.